For centuries, the tale was dismissed as myth, a fanciful saga spun by ancient Norse poets. Leif Erikson, a Viking explorer of legendary renown, was said to have sailed west from Greenland, beyond the known world, to a land he called Vinland, a place of wild grapes and abundant timber. But without tangible proof, the sagas remained just that, stories. The prevailing belief held firm. Christopher Columbus was the first European to set foot in the Americas, nearly 5 centuries after Erikson's supposed voyage. Then, a remarkable discovery emerged from the earth, a silent stone that would challenge history itself and echo with the faint whispers of Viking footsteps on an unknown shore. The year was 1898. In the quiet, unassuming farmlands of Kensington, Minnesota, a Swedish immigrant named Olof Ohman was clearing his land, wrestling with the stubborn roots of an aspen tree. As he toiled, his shovel struck something hard, something unyielding beneath the soil. It wasn't rock. It was a slab of gray-wax sandstone, roughly 16 inches wide, 31 inches long, and 6 inches thick. And on its surface, etched with deliberate precision, were strange markings, unlike anything Ohman had ever seen. They were runes, the ancient alphabet of the Norse. Word of the discovery spread like wildfire through the small, tight-knit community. Ohman, a man of simple means and honest toil, had stumbled upon something extraordinary. The stone bore a chilling inscription, a message from the distant past. 8 Goth Swedes and 22 Norwegians on an exploration journey from Vinland, over or through the west. We had camped by 2 skerries, rocky islands 1 day's journey north of this stone. We were out and fished one day. After we came home, we found 10 men red with blood and dead. Ave Maria, save us from evil. And on the side of the stone, another, even more specific date. We have 10 men by the sea to look after our ships or boat, 14 days' journey from this island, year 1362. The implications were staggering. If authentic, this stone was undeniable proof that Vikings, or at least a Scandinavian expedition, had not only reached North America, but had ventured deep into its interior, as far west as Minnesota, nearly a century and a half before Columbus's fateful voyage. But the world, particularly the academic world, was not ready to accept such a radical notion. Skepticism, thick and unyielding, immediately descended upon the Kensington Runestone. Many scholars, particularly those from Scandinavian countries, quickly dismissed it as a crude forgery. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring history's greatest mysteries to life. They pointed to linguistic anomalies, the mix of older and more modern runic forms, the seemingly too perfect narrative of the inscription. How could a group of Norsemen in the mid-14th century be so far inland? And why had no other tangible evidence of their presence been found? The stone was declared a hoax, a clever deception by Ohman or someone in his circle, designed to bring fame or fortune. Olof Ohman, a man of quiet integrity, found himself caught in a storm of controversy he neither sought nor understood. His simple discovery had turned his life upside down. He maintained his innocence, unwavering in his account of how he found the stone. Yet, the weight of academic dismissal and public ridicule took its toll. For years, the Kensington Runestone languished, largely ignored. A curiosity in a local museum, its message considered nothing more than a fabrication. However, a small but dedicated group of researchers refused to let the stone's enigmatic message be silenced. They saw not a forgery, but a complex linguistic puzzle, a snapshot of a transitional period in the evolution of the Norse language. As the 20th century progressed, new insights into historical linguistics, paleography, the study of ancient writing, and even metallurgy. The stone was found with iron nails of a peculiar historical type, began to cast the runestone in a new light. One of the most vocal proponents of the stone's authenticity was Hjalmar Holand, a Norwegian-American historian and author. He dedicated decades of his life to studying the runestone, meticulously examining its inscription, researching historical records, and tirelessly campaigning for its recognition. Holand argued that the linguistic errors were not errors at all, but rather characteristics of a dialect and writing style that would have been common in 14th century Scandinavia, particularly among less formally educated individuals. He posited that the expedition may have been a last desperate attempt by descendants of the earlier Vinland settlers to reconnect with their European roots, or perhaps a group sent by the Norwegian crown to investigate rumors of lost Christian communities in the West. As the years passed, new archaeological discoveries began to emerge, slowly but surely chipping away at the bedrock of skepticism. In the 1960s, a monumental discovery at Lanso Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada, provided irrefutable proof of a Viking settlement dating back to the 11th century, precisely the period of Leif Erikson's Sagas. Here were the remains of longhouses, workshops, and artifacts unmistakably Norse in origin. This discovery, while not directly linked to the Kensington Runestone, fundamentally shifted the narrative. It proved that Vikings had reached North America. The question was no longer if, but how far they had ventured. The Lanso Meadows find opened the door for a re-evaluation of other, less clear-cut evidence. While the Kensington Runestone still faces lingering doubts from some corners of academia, its story has become a powerful symbol of historical revision and the constant unraveling of past certainties. Modern linguistic analysis, utilizing sophisticated computer models, has revealed that the runic script and language on the Kensington stone are far more consistent with 14th century Scandinavian dialects than previously thought, making a forgery by a 19th century Swedish immigrant highly improbable. The very errors that once condemned it now speak to its authenticity, reflecting the natural evolution and regional variations of a living language. The Kensington Runestone, once dismissed as a farmer's folly, now stands as a compelling piece of evidence in the grand tapestry of human exploration. It suggests a more complex, adventurous, and perhaps even tragic chapter in the history of North America. It tells a tale of brave men, far from home, facing unknown dangers, and leaving behind a desperate message on a stone in the heart of a vast continent. It is a testament to human resilience, curiosity, and the enduring power of a whisper from a distant shore, urging us to reconsider what we thought we knew about the world and the incredible journeys that shaped it. The stone, silent for centuries, now speaks volumes, not just of Viking presence, but of the relentless human spirit that dared to sail beyond the horizon and leave an indelible mark on the annals of time. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. There are countless mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and together we'll bring them to light. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive, and remember, history is always closer than you think.